So the plan today is to make a town type of area that's going to be part of the VR project I'm working on. Medieval themed, nature, that kind of stuff. So let's do a quick little layout. We're going to start off by making our terrain a little less flat. And we're going to do that quickly by just using a noise on the landscape. So we're going to do Sculpt. Let's go to Noise. Let's set it really low, like 0.02. Let's set it to only be additive. Let's leave it at 128. Let's set it to 10,000. That should cover the majority of the map. It's going to miss the corners, but that's fine. And let's just do that once. That was a little too much. Okay. Why was that? Oh. I meant to do 0.02, not 0.2. Now let's paint that. And if we go down to about what player size would be, it's a little less flat, which is good. We could probably go a little more extreme with something like 0.3. Let's see how that looks. That's probably a little better. We don't want it too crazy. All right, and then we can just kind of smooth off these edges. Let's take it down to like 4096 and just smooth off these edges. These edges are going to be covered by our castle walls anyway, but it's fine. And speaking of castle walls, let's take these and stick one of these gate style pieces right down here. Let's drag it up to where it's right about there. And let's flip it around so this part's on the inside, 90 degrees. Let's drag out and duplicate and turn it into a pillar. Well, a tower. Then we're going to want to get a wall. Make it 40 degrees. And another tower. And let's make this one probably about 30 degrees, 10 degrees, somewhere in there. Let's go 20. That's better. Alright. Might be kind of strange to have such large castle walls on a relatively small map, but it's all for the sake of saving performance. And we want to have these offset. So right about here, actually, we're going to get another one of those door pieces. Check the heights, because our map's not completely flat. That looks fine. We can fix that with a little stair piece or something like that. Let's get all three of these and drag them over. Alright, and there we go, some castle walls. Now we have this nice little defined area we can work in. I kind of like to start by giving myself some rough outlines of what I want a city or an area to look like. And a great way to do that is with materials. So if I go to the painting mode, I'm just going to select this cobblestone. We're going to try to paint out what's going to sort of be like roads type of thing. So let's start here and just paint out. Right around in here, I want to have like a town square kind of thing with some shops. Let's just make that about that big. Let's connect this. I'll make it split off like that and connect. Make something up here. Split off back this way. Well, let's just make this go over this way. Gotta have something leading out this way. Probably splinter that off into a few pieces. Maybe even connect this one back like this. There we go. That's an okay little rough out of how I'm thinking about how I want this to be. Okay, so now let's get some slope pieces from the environment set. I kind of want to use these as just an interesting kind of way to break up the terrain. I could just raise the terrain up with the terrain tool, but using an actual asset might look a little better. It's also easier on materials. That looks alright. Might want to bring them both back a little bit. About there. We're going to want to have room to cover up this edge here. Now let's quickly fix those areas with the landscape. That does definitely look a little unnatural there, so let's bring that back down. Let's kind of flatten that out. And of course, we can always fix those issues with like rocks or something similar to that, which we might end up doing. That might be a better solution. I also kind of hate this material, so let's change it to another one on all these. Let's change the material to this Cover 02. Kind of more of a grassy, like mossy thing. I like it better than just a straight grass. We're going to want something a little taller back this way. So let's get back to our landscape tools. And let's make it... Let's do a flatten by target height. And let's just make it 512. See where that puts us. It's going to take us up to 2048. That's a little large. Let's do 1024. That's not too bad, but I think I want a little bit higher than that. Let's make it 768. That's better. Needs to be taller, but not too much. That's okay. Alright, and let's drag this out a little bit. I want to take it out to the edges. Now let's use the smoothing tool over here to smooth out some of these rougher edges. But right in here, I actually want to make it kind of like a land ramp. So let's take this little jutting out piece right here and take it down here. And then if we add a ramp, we'll get kind of a more... that's too big. Let's make it much smaller. Let's do 512. Alright. I still don't like that either. Let's make it a little bit longer out. Like that. That's better. We'll make this side shorter. As you can see, I'm definitely going over the top of my original plan. You know, where the cobblestone style stuff is, but that's okay. We can smooth out those issues later. Let's go ahead and fix that now. That'll be fine. Let's add in a very small cobblestone thing. My thought is this will be a path I can go up. Let's make that even smaller at 128. Let's just take it up this way and have it go up. Same down this way, have it go down. And then once we're up here, we can split off this way, split off this way, and maybe have a line going towards the back. Alright, let's start putting in some meshes. Let's go to the medieval town pack, and let's just start building some houses. That's probably fine like that. Let's make it a little bit bigger. This one can be very simple. This is honestly how I build most of the house type things in my games. You start out with something extremely simple, and then you just add detail. So let's just make it 2 big boxes on top of each other. Let's add in a roof. Grab the roof piece and just swap it out. That's backwards for some reason, so let's just drag that over here. Let's drag this one over here. And we've got a house. Let's get us an end piece, of course. Let's put the front door on this side. Let's change this to being a smaller piece. One of these styles. Same thing over here. And then let's make one of these overhanging pieces. Let's do a -1 on that, so it flips out properly. And let's just swap some of these around with window pieces. This one in particular, I'm going to move to the center. These 2 pieces, and make them into regular walls. Pretty close on that estimation. Not too bad. A window on this side's not that important, seeing as there's a castle wall there. We could add windows on either side of this, which we'll do. Nice little house. We'll put a door and some stairs or something there in a second. Let's just kind of take this frame and drag it out over here. I'm going to put this back just a little bit. We'll put a path here or something. Maybe have one over this way. We'll figure it out. And let's kind of sink it down. We need a foundation. Get up. Let's take this one. Delete that. Let's change this to one of these style door pieces. Let's just move it towards the center. Duplicate on either side. And then let's turn those into window pieces. Let's use another one of these. Once again in the center. We can surround it with these kind of pieces. Let's just do another one of those on this side. And we can copy the roof right over there to the other one. And we'll make a slight change. Let's just grab it, drag it over. Should be the same height. And let's just make this one have one of these style pieces for the roof on either side. Yeah, let's just do that on the front. It's a nice little rough out. Let's get some more in here. Let's go with a different kind of shape. I'm going to make this one sort of an L shape. Probably also single story. Let's put a door here. And let's get a roof on here. Let's convert this to one of these pieces. Get us a couple of end pieces. Nice and simple. Let's add a little overhang over here. There we go, looking pretty good. Let's add kind of a little shed thing here. Let's just flip this around. Wrong way. There we go. Take it over there to the edge. Just a nice little thing on the side. A little bit of detail. And I think that's enough for today. Those 4 houses, it's looking pretty good so far. I've recorded a lot of footage for this stuff, so it makes sense to break it up into parts. Nobody really wants to watch a video that's like an hour and a half long. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.